So this is the problem we have today. Whether we like it or not, the truth about the matter is our constitution has become a Sharia constitution, whether we like it or not. That's the truth. The 1999 constitution is a Sharia constitution. Because I mentioned in one interview, there are up to 73 mentions of Sharia in that constitution. About 28 mentions of Islam in that constitution. About 10 mentions of Muslim in that constitution. There is no mention of Christian or Christianity in that constitution. That means these Christians don't exist in this country.
You know, this is a very delicate situation we're discussing, and I want us to be very, honest with the people listening, because there are indigenous, I'm sure you agree with me, there are indigenous people from the Middle Belt who are Muslims. You said it yourself, that some converted to Christianity, some converted to Islam. Now, if some of this, if the Middle Belt as an organization now says, we don't want Sharia, but the indigenous Muslims say they want Sharia, how do we deal with this?
Yeah, that's a very teaching question.
Yes.
Because Sharia allows cutting of somebody's hand if he steals. I'm just giving you an example. Beheading people who are not Muslims if they don't want to accept, and some other rules. Within the Middle Belt, that will not be accepted. I'm sorry to say that. You want to impose such rules on others who are not, but who don't believe in what you believe in modern world, it will not be accepted. The problem we are having here, sir, where I come from is predominantly Christian. Go to the villages, you hardly see a mosque. If you see any, to be a small room by side of the person who is professing to be a Muslim. Even you go back to the girls who were abducted, out of the 276 or thereabout, only 17 were Muslims. Majority of those ones were not even from Chibok local government, from the neighboring local government. And then you now say, because we are part of Borno, you have to impose Sharia on us, which Zulum is doing. I'm saying it to his hearing. Because in November, some people were drinking their local brew, Burkutu. The chairman went and packed them and locked them up at what they call Tandari Correctional Center in Maiduguri. Had to find a lawyer to go and bail them. Whether the chairman accepts or not, he was trying to appease the governor in the Sharia kind of thing, because there's no law in our constitution that stops people from drinking their local brew. So if such communities exist, we'll tell them it wouldn't happen here. So this is the problem we have today. Whether we like it or not, the truth about the matter is our constitution has become a Sharia constitution, whether we like it or not. That's the truth. The 1999 constitution is a Sharia constitution. Because I mentioned in one interview, there are up to 73 mentions of Sharia in that constitution. About 28 mentions of Islam in that constitution. About 10 mentions of Muslim in that constitution. There is no mention of Christian or Christianity in that constitution. That means these Christians don't exist in this country. That is the truth. We cannot shy away from it. And the National Assembly members know this. But the problem with this country is that we have cowards in position of power who, even when they know the truth, are unable to speak out and say, gentlemen, this doesn't suit the so-called secularity of the Constitution. Our Constitution is not secular. Our Constitution is a Sharia Constitution. And that is where we have problems today, including the insurgency in the name of Sharia.
On this issue of the Constitution, in your words, saying it has become a Sharia constitution. Is that not stretching it too far? Because, hold on, sir, because the Nigerian Constitution, in fact, our Constitution derives from the English common law system, which is basically, from the Judeo-Christian, canon laws. That's how English common law was formed. And then all the protectorates of the British Empire copied it, more or less. So if they needed to, specifically mention aspects, for Sharia, for Islam, for whatever, just to, assuage the yearnings of majority, because whether we like it or not, Muslim and Christians are almost 50-50 population in Nigeria. So is it not stretching it too far to say the Nigerian
Do you know the figure? You don't. Right from independence,
Yes.
let me put it to you.
Yes.
Who are the people who always opposed to having religion as a demographic index in all the censuses we've had? It was Muslims. Christians always wanted it to be there so that people will know who are Christians, who are Muslims, how many Christians exist, how many Muslims exist. So the issue of 50-50 or thereabout is in the head or brain, not on paper. It doesn't exist on paper anywhere. I
So
said
who are the
this.
majority population in Nigeria?
Listen. I said this in one interview I granted recently. In 2006, when Obasanjo conducted the last census, after that there has been none. Khan decided that, listen, this time around, we should have religion as an index on, the population brochure or whatever it is. Who opposed it? Our Muslim brother. If they know they are majority, sir, or even they know that it is 50-50, they would have accepted. You will find the Muslim populations in around the roads, cities, etc. Go to the hinterland. You will find everybody all over the place, including even in the Muslim states like Kano and all that. So the problem here is the population of Christians and Muslims is unknown. We cannot just be saying 50-50. That's one. Two, that same year, when it was rejected, said, why don't we use church demography to at least have an idea? How many Christians, at least in the north? Do you know what they got? 46.3 million. If in the north alone there are 46.3 million Christians, do you think Muslims are more than Christians in Nigeria? Just use your brain. So the issue is we are living in false demographics and with using false demographics to determine populations in Nigeria. And many of these populations which were conducted, that is in the censuses, a census officer will be given a target to write names, whether he likes it or not.
You have a proof for that, sir.
So the issue, I participated in one, so don't worry. The issue is we don't know the ratio. The thing is, yes, when you are in the north, the people who call the shots are the Muslims. Christianity doesn't teach a Christian the way to overpower, to override, to dominate anybody. You are taught to be subservient to government in office. Islam is not like that. Islam provides for governance, provides for a judicial system, and here is where we are. So, sir, things have to be reflected the way they should be. Let's have electronic transmission of results. Truth will now stare people in the face. That's why many people don't want it to happen. Because you will see that in some states, here is Nasarawa, Muslims are not close to even, maybe if they are lucky, to be 45%, if they are lucky. Go to Kogi, it's the same thing. Go to even Gombe there, hardly will they be more than 50% if they are. So the issue is, in Adamawa there are even more Christians. Are you getting me? That is, we are talking of religious demography. But that is not the issue. The issue is, let people be administered the way they want to, if we want to live together. But if people want to impose their will on others, as it is being done, because prior to 1999, all those Sharia in the Constitution was not there. It was Abdul Salam who brought it in. The IOC thing, it was Babangida who brought it in. When Gawon was there, did he try to do such a thing? No, the Penal Court agreed and accepted by the leaders in the north. The Sardauna was the one in operation. Christians never complained. Now, everybody is paying for it, including even the Muslims.